Good morning, everybody. Today is a very, very chashuv day. We're making a siyum on the chaveret. We're on page 180, KAVANAH b'kriyat Shema. Our last two topics deal with the issue of kavanah. First topic will be specifically by kriyat Shema, and then after we talk about kriyat Shema, we're going to continue with a more broader topic of mitzvah shechad kavanah or not, a very well-known sugya. So here we go. Take a look on page 180, halfway down, 27. The Mishnah says emphatically, Hayakore b'Torah v'giya zman mikra. You are reading, and all of a sudden, you need to say Shema. In kiven libo yatsa, if kiven lo yatsa. If you have intent while you are learning, right, to fill the mitzvah of kriyat Shema, great. If you haven't, you are not yotze.
He happens to be davening.
He happens to be landing. It's akev, right? So you're reading akev. You're fine. Or maybe you're a sofer and you're writing a Sefer Torah. Mm-hmm. We'll see that by Megillah too. Okay.
He's not going to be reading the whole thing, will he?
Well, let's say he does. I don't know. We'll get there eventually, right? No, good question. So the question is, what kavanah is like? What's kavanah like? Do we need to have the kavanah of the Arizal? We have to what exactly does kavanah mean? What does it entail? What is its purpose? Says the Mishnah Berurah. We'll get to the punchline. 28. There are two different types of kavanah. One, kavanah to live the mitzvah atzma, meaning I have intent and purpose to fulfill mitzvah X or mitzvah Y. Two, kavanah latzit ba, dahainu shekiven lekayim bazek asher tziv Hashem, what God wanted me to fulfill.
Right now he's talking about specifically Shema, right?
Right now, for exactly, our purpose is Shema.
Is this like any mitzvah right now?
Any mitzvah we'll talk about later. The kavanah mitzvah shenizkar b'zeh hasif. We'll see that a little bit later on. Into the klab kavanah the mitzvah atzma shekiven beliba lemashahu motzi mipiv. Meaning, what about just the very simple? I got to actually pay attention to what I'm saying. What if I space out during davening? What if I space out during Shema? What if not get? It doesn't happen to anybody here. Theoretically, right? What about you space out when you are benching or something like that?
Don't space out.
I don't get the difference between the two.
Right, so that's what when I was going over this before, I really had thought he was going to say that Aleph should be, that I actually understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And two is, no, I'm... So I think what he wants to argue here is that the first one is just a much more general, he's going to define a little bit later on, but I'm in a general mitzvah process, meaning... If I'm in shul,
if you're just reading something, then you're not have. If you could technically read something in the same way, but if one of the times you're thinking this is for a mitzvah, right?
If I'm in shul and I'm davening, even kiven libra, I'm in shul on Rosh Hashanah and I want to hear the shofar. You mean to tell me do I have to go out of my way and say I want to feel the mitzvah of Tkiyat Shofar in order to feel the mitzvah? I'm in shul. That's what I'm here for. That's why I woke up today, right? You're not telling me I'm in shul. Oh, I want to hear. There's a really nice, Rabbi Saul's a great shofar play. Oh, let's hear the nice sound that emanates from the shofar. You're in shul to feel the mitzvah of shofar, right? Why else are you going to shul? That's the name of the day, right? So you can't tell me, oh yeah, I'm going to hear shofar today because I want to hear music. Oh, I wanted to feel my musical desire, I'll go to Shul Moshe. And it's so silly, right? You don't do that. So it could just be in the context that I'm in, might define my purpose and my intent. Right?
You don't have to say, oh, this is what I'm...
Or do I have to really say, no? Because we make a big deal about shofar. Everyone should have the mitzvah to fulfill, the mitzvah to... Question is that l'chatzilah, is that b'diavad, is that hiddur mitzvah, right? Is that you need to do that, you don't do that? So, and what about also understanding the words, right? Do I have to so when it comes to shofar, that's not so relevant, but saying Shema is what I'm saying. Or is it good enough just to say I'm davening to God, right? Do I have to have okay, I'm speaking to God, or I need to have in mind I'm fulfilling a mitzvah from the Torah, as we discussed in the past, that Shema according to most poskim is mitzvah d'oraisa, right? Exactly what the mitzvah is also something important we have to understand. So, hold on to that, we'll get there. So, the Mishnah Berurah continues. So I was going to see later on that when we are going to demand a much higher level for two things, a line of just Shema, I really need to understand what am I saying when I say Shema, right? Shema Yisrael Hashem Echad, understanding Ichud Hashem, right? That God is the totality of all existence. Right? That is the purpose of why I'm saying Shema. And two, we know that Birkat Avot is also going to require, I have to say it much slower and really understand every single word that I'm saying. Do I need special kavanah? No, I just need to simply understand what I'm saying. Obviously, if I'm staying in front of God during davening, that's also sufficient. But we're going to demand a bit of a higher level for both of those aspects of it. Rak shemechulakim binyan im chayav lechavin kodem shematchil mitzvah tzeb yesarot mitzvah. Am I obligated before I do a mitzvah to say to myself, wait a second, why am I doing this? To fill a mitzvah. Do I have to do that? Or is it just enough to know what I'm doing at the time that I'm doing it? We have to pause a second earlier. For the mitzvah, to the page, Mina Muvchar, Kule Alma. Oh, we'll see the Hinucham Zoom in a minute. Kule Alma Modin de Tzarech. Everyone agrees you need kavanah. Gediita ben Edarma, Lesben Tzarekamer, Ased Dvarim Lashem Poalam. Venemar, Vatihi Yeretemoti Mitzvat Anashim Milumadeha. So Mishnah Berurah says there are two types of kavanah, and this will help us a bit with Aaron's question was Aleph. Kavanah latzet yidei chavat mitzvah. I need to have kavanah to fill the mitzvah. Kavanah is kodemet. This is before the actual ma'aseh itself. Right? This is a chronological. So understanding what I'm saying, it's a given that I have to understand what I'm saying. That's not what kavanah means, right? Because if you have kavanah to fill the mitzvah of Shema, you don't know what you're saying, so what? That's a given. You're not able to say anything. You got to understand what you're saying to fill the mitzvah, right? So, the second one is if whether I'm speaking or I'm doing an action, kiven halev lepula masid. Do I have intent on the actual act that I'm doing? So there's 2 points of kavanah here. There's the pre and there's the during. Right? Do I need to do something before I actually do the mitzvah? Everyone agrees, every mitzvah. When you are doing it, you need to have kavanah. I am lulav, shofar. Everyone think fill in. Right? It is ma'akev b'kosher b'di eved rak b'pasuk rishon. So when we talk about the kavanah during, we are saying that you need that ideally for every mitzvah. B'di'evet, if you just have it for the first pasuk, but if you don't have it for the first pasuk of Shema, you need to repeat it. Meaning, you got to have, wait a second, what am I doing? What am I saying? What does it mean? What does it entail? I need to have those ideas in my head when I'm saying, if I just rattle off the pasuk, Shema Yisrael Shkeinu Shem Echad, you actually didn't do anything. You need to repeat it once again. In other words, kavanah latzet yidei chavat ha-mitzvah kishura leyachas bein ha'adam u'masav l'kadosh baruch hu. So it's not only just enough to have, wait a second, between me and God, what I'm doing, what I'm saying, and also between me and myself, that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. So I have to understand how it relates to God, meaning I'm doing this because God said so, I'm doing this to fulfill the mitzvah of shofar, and when it's actually happening, I'm focused on that I'm doing it at the same time. So it's the pre and it's the during that a person should ideally always have kavanah for. And what about the mitzvah needs kavanah or not? Famous machloket in the Gemara. This is one of these linchpins machlokets that we need to know. So this is really basic. Source number 29 says the Gemara Rosh Hashanah. A guy was forced to. A guy puts a gun to someone's head and says, "Eat matzah," right? Yotze, you're Yotze, the mitzvah of Echila Matzah. It's a pretty strange thing to force someone to do, right? But I'm a Rava Zolta. Remember what we see from here? Hatokil Lashir Yatza. What about, so that's true.
It's such a rabbi joke.
What about if a guy decides he really enjoys the music of the shofar? And what does he do in Rosh Hashanah? He happens to play with the shofar. Oh, and that's such a case? Are you Yotze? Says the Gemara, yes. What do we see from Rava? Mitzvah ein tzchor kavanah. If you can just take your shofar and play with it and do, make all these funny noises, whatever it is, and it happens to be that through your tokia l'shir, you fulfill your tashrat, you always say the mitzvah shofar. Oh, you had no intention. Your intention to play music, to play, I don't know, whatever it is. No, doesn't matter. You are yotze, because according to Rava, the Gemara says, mitzvah don't need kavanah. So the fact that you just happen to hear the sounds is sufficient, even with no intent. No intent during, what's your intent during? Is music. You had no intent before. Your intent is to not feeling a mitzvah. You don't even think you're. Happened to be that the day that you're interested in music of the shofar happened to be Rosh Hashanah, and you happen to be fulfill the mitzvah of Yom Teruah Yelachem. Coincidence.
Wait,
And you're Yotzei. Says Rava.
To be Yotzei for shofar, don't you have to actually do the
Lishmoa kol shofar. What do you
then
mean?
what's the point of doing the Tekiah, Shvarim, that whole thing? Then
You know,
that
if you
doesn't
happen to do that.
Wait, I'm confused.
So, because-
Wait, in shul
Only if
today?
you do those-
Because the guy doesn't know what to do.
Right, but if you're saying that he's just doing it
For fun.
Say from it if he's not hearing those 100
Let's say, first you don't need 100 to be Yotzei,
or
right? Let's say you
whatever.
need 9, you need
minimum,
30.
whatever the minimum is.
Let's say Toch Kedei he's playing Hatikva, and the way he plays Hatikva with the shofar happens to be, comes out Tkiya Shvarim True Tkiya.
Sorry,
Yeah.
from playing that on.
Very Tashat, Tarat, Then he plays on Canada, between the two, he's Yotzei, Right? He's Yotzei somehow
So
through.
on Rosh Hashanah, can you even do that anyway?
Well, why not? Well,
Can you just blow the
Rosh
shofar
Hashanah is not the shofar Moshe. It's not about. It's not.
just for fun? Just because?
So, is it really shofar is probably not muksa? It's a sugya in the Gemara too. What the status for a shofar is, but
Well,
let's say he did it. It's irrelevant.
But let's just say someone's playing. You're supposed to blow shofar every morning during Elul, anyways,
And he thinks that it's Elo and it's really Rosh Hashanah. That's really confusing.
or whatever it is.
The
Point being, this could potentially be a thing.
Let's say a guy wakes up in the morning. Let's say a guy wakes up in the morning and he thinks that it is Elo.
Where all of these?
You ever learned any halacha? Tons
Yeah.
of stuff like
No. This is no. Again, no. The whole purpose is to understand the meaning behind it, right? I mean, we use crazy cases to tease out the principles. So if a guy wakes up thinking that it's Elo, he thinks that it's Erev Rosh Hashanah, and he practices shofar. So what's he? He's not. He thinks it's Erev Rosh Hashanah. He's just practicing. To Kei Lashir, he's Yotzei. If it happens to be Rosh Hashanah, according to Rava. Okay. Next. What about Haya Koreh B'Torah V'Gizman Mikra? A guy is he's doing Shnai Mikra. A guy is leaning. A guy is practicing to lean on Shabbos. A guy is writing a Sefer Torah. Right? Im Kivan Libo Yatza. Im Lav Lo Yatza. My love. Kivan Libo Yatzed. Lo, likrod, hakari kari, the korelagia. So he's saying he's not really reading because that would be enough. But what's he doing? He's like megam game. He's like not really saying the words properly, right? Amar le Rabbi Zera l'shmei. So ikevan v'takali al makasar for mashmei by KAVANAH. So the Gemara to have him, not to say that he wouldn't be yotzei. No, the reason why he's not yotzei is he's not really saying every word properly. He's just megam game. He's just like slurring the words because he's just reading, whatever the case may be. And later on, the Gemara says that when Rabbi Zera asked to have the shofar blown for him, he said, "Have KAVANAH be yotzei me." So we see there's a machloka in the Gemara between Rava and Rabbi Zera. Rava holds mitzvot don't need KAVANAH. Rabbi Zera holds mitzvot do need KAVANAH. How do we pass it? Comes on the Beit Yosef, and his quote says, "The Riv lo hevi divrei Rava, elo divrei Rabbi Zera." That we see that the Rif, the Rosh, and there's brought down the Beit Yosef, mitzvah tzrichot KAVANAH. We don't hold like Rava, we hold like Rav Zera. Turn the page. I'm just going to skip a little. Top of the page, about dat harbe minagonim kaimel mitzvah ain't KAVANAH. That's the opinion of the Rashba. So we see here there's a machloket. What are we paskin like? So the Rif, the Bahag, the Rosh, the Rambam all hold like Rav Zera, like the Gemara Rosh Hashanah, mitzvah tzrichot KAVANAH. The minority of opinions, like some of the Gaonim and the Rashba, hold like Rava that they don't need KAVANAH. Therefore, as I'm not surprised, I'm sure, the Beit Yosef holds that we hold like the Rif, the Rosh, and the Rambam, and mitzvah tzrichot KAVANAH. Says the Shulchan Aruch in 31. Yesh omrim she'ein mitzvah tzrichot KAVANAH, v'yesh omrim she'tzrichot KAVANAH latzeit basiyat ota mitzvah. V'chein halacha. Even though, as we know, Shulchan Aruch brings both opinions. He holds like the Yesh omrim, and he holds that mitzvot tzrichot KAVANAH. We need to pay attention when we do mitzvah. Now, what exactly does KAVANAH mean? That's going to be, so what does it mean that mitzvah need KAVANAH to be yotzei? Meaning,
Need all aspects of KAVANAH, or just
so ideal, right, exactly. What are the aspects of KAVANAH that need to, in order to be fulfilled? Meaning, isn't it enough? Let's say, do I really need to make that announcement in shul to be yotzei people? But everyone should fulfill the mitzvah, or the fact that I'm in shul Rosh Hashanah, I'm wearing a suit, right? I know what the day is. Yom Teruah Yelachem. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to, for music. It's not. I'm not thinking I'm going to opera today, or not opera, a concert today, right? So that's exactly what the Mishnah Berurah says. 32. What was that? Yeah, it's not much of a concept. Yeah. V'im lo kiven, let's say yedecha b'asayid mitzvah v'tzarich lasos, in which case you have to do it again. V'afilu im safek lo im kiven. What if it's the safek? Did I have kavanah? Did I think today is Mashara? Am I sure? Imi mitzvah d'oraita, say lo chumra. V'chen gadav prima gadim in simen taf kuf pei tet. However, not so simple. Says 33 Mishnah Berurah. V'da'od, the katav chay adam b'chlal semechet, demashi metzrechin le'lachzor l'asor ha-mitzvah. We have to go back and do a mitzvah again. Hain welcome sheish litlot shaser abishon lo yidal l'shem mitzvah. That's only if, when you did it, and you don't know if you did it l'shem mitzvah. Let me tell you, it is really hard to pick up a lulav and etrog, not l'shem mitzvah. You're going to say, I'm picking it up, I want to show my friend? Right? So if you pick up a lulav and say, Michael, take a look, you got to take a look at this lulav and etrog that I bought. So if you're telling me I'm doing that to show him, so that's clearly not l'shem mitzvah. So then I'm not, right? So you wouldn't say, oh, wait a second, can I now make a bracha over my lulav and etrog? You follow?
Because you also have to shake it.
Okay, if I hand it to him, it's like one. Okay, you don't need to do all 6 directions to be Yotze. Yeah. Right. Do you want to shake my nice lulav? But you don't need to do that to be.
The guy's trying to grab it.
Right. 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 Yeah. I don't think you need such maneuvering to be Yotze in this for lulav. But we are machmir. What do we say? We hold the etrog upside down, and so when you pick it up, you're not Yotze because you have to do the bracha derech gedulan, and we're machmir for all those things. But that's not me. You can't tell me mikara din.
If when you're picking up the
and you're picking up the shem mitzvah,
you might be thinking
right.
There would be
good. You're right. Good point. There's no question. If you're picking it up to fill the mitzvah, that's exactly why you're picking it up. That's why we're more machmir that way. But I wouldn't. If you want to show off the vinetro to your friend, not show off. You want to ask if it's kosher or not. You hand it over to them. Or show off. I don't think it'd be choshesh. Hold the etrog upside down. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think you need to do. I don't think. Okay. But that's what Mishnah Berurah is saying here. So, כגון בתקיעה שהייתה להתלמד או קריאת שמע שהייתה דרך לימודו וכדומה. אבל מקור הקריאת שמע, כדרך שאנו קוראים בסדר תפילה. A guy's in shul, and he's reading out of a siddur for shacharit, or a guy who eats matzah, or a guy who's tokea, or a guy who's not lulav, אף על פי שלא כיוון לצאת, יצא. שהרי משום זה עושה כדי לצאת על פי שאינו מכוון. Meaning, you don't need, why are you in shul? Right? Why do you live in etrog? Well, it's clear you're doing it to fulfill the mitzvah. But again, it's lower level, it's not ideal, but you're definitely yotze. Ratzun Lamar, Heicha shemachel lefi yenshe asiyatohu kedei latzet, av al pi shelo kiven beferush. Even though you didn't say beferush, you're still yotze. Ava bestama, bevadai lo yatza. If it's stam, then you're not yotze. As it says in Tosfot in Sukkah, Avchozel b'di'ever v'lchatchila v'adai tzarich lizaher lechaven kodem kol mitzvah latzet yedei chovat the mitzvah, as we know. So what is this l'shem yichud thing? So just to save a little bit of time, l'shem yichud was added by the Hasidim in order to have more kavanah. But the Rishonim say any mitzvah that has a bracha, what's the purpose of the bracha? Kavanah. It's a Rashba, it's a Rosh. That when you say Baruch Hashem K'malcham Asher Kedishan B'mitzvotav V'tziva all Netilat Lulav, that is your Kavanah. That is saying that I am picking up the Luvinedrog, not because I'm bored, because I want to show it off. I'm doing it to fulfill the mitzvah. So that the purpose of the Baracha is to prepare me for the mitzvah. The Shem Yichud is like preparing for the preparing, right? That's the.
So what about the paragraph like before you put on tefillin?
That's the same idea.
So like you don't actually have to say that.
No. Again, the bracha lahaniach, the bracha asher kedishon for the lahaniach tefillin is me saying, why am I putting this on lahaniach tefillin? God commanded me. So if the Shem Yichud, those paragraphs help you and that's nice, but okay. Same idea with the. What about if it's the Rabbanan? Oh, by the way, there's the others, of course, is a bracha. If I make a bracha, I don't know if I have kavanah or not, so we don't repeat a bracha, because they were worried about bracha vatala, right? If it's a netilat lulav. So just take the lulav again. No, it's a big deal. Just shake it again, if need be, right? For most things, just doesn't matter. But for a bracha, like on food, then already, do I have kavanah when I said that? Did I mumble? So then already we're dealing with perhaps Safek Deraisa, saying Bracha Vatala, so we don't like doing those things, so those things we wouldn't repeat. But even for a Dirabanan, Mishnah Berurah says we should perhaps, even if it's a Safek like kavanah, not repeat it. Now, a person who ate matzah and doesn't know if he had a kavanah for it, he has to eat it again. That's a big thing to take on. Okay, but the Yalkut Yosef clearly says even mitzvah Dirabanan, the Chadchila mitzvah kavanah. Once you say it needs kavanah, it has to be done all over. By Megillah, we're machmir, we make an announcement. Again, that's divrei sofrim. Divrei sofrim, we always usually try to upgrade its seriousness to almost a deraita. So we'll say to have intent to fill the mitzvahs, chachamim were made a takana ter mikra Megillah, right, at night and during the day. Okay, it says do it again. So that's the Mishnah Berurah. Let's end with one last thing. Turn the page. The Yalkut Yosef in 28. We'll end with this. Now, l'chatchila tzarich l'chaven gam b'mitzvah sheish b'hem ma'aseh kigon matzah maror u'mikoma kam b'diavad im lo kivan l'shem shemayim b'shoy l'shem mitzvah yatza shekain nehene. Meaning, a person who eats maror, a person who eats matzah.
Is there hana in maror?
Yeah, you ate. There's hana in maror. Of course, there's hana in maror. The halacha is you need to bring a bracha rishon over maror because you're benefiting mayayim, right? There's taste you get. What?
But it's a terrible taste.
You don't like maror?
Actually, I like it. What's wrong with green leafy vegetables? Nothing wrong with that.
I'm at the other.
Yeah. Ubeprat l'divrei achai adam shim achal matzah af abishlo kiven latzeh yatza. Why? Kol. And this is important. Chai adam. Kol she'osa. By the way, a person forgets to make the bracha over the matzah. This could happen. You're rushing. You don't make a bracha, or you're catching up, you're cleaning up, you're busy. You come to the table, everyone's already had their matzah, and what do? Someone hands you the matzah, you eat it, you forget to make a bracha. Right? It's possible. So, how can you make a bracha on a chila matzah if you're already a matzah? You can't make a bracha again. So if you already filled the mitzvah, you filled the mitzvah. Shekol osek bishvil mitzvah lo l'shen davar acher. Farot l'achmir v'lachzor v'lecho lo yivrach shenit mishum safek bracha v'tala. If you make a bracha, for sure you're a yotze. Now, the only question would be if you didn't make a bracha, you ate the matzah anyways. I think most people at the Seder are eating matzah for the mitzvah, not for a cracker. Okay. You don't need to say, and this is what the Yalkut Yosef Hasfaradi, you don't need to say l'shem yichud. Even just have the machshava. Take your tefillin, shem mitzvah. When it comes to tefillin, you have to be makdish every letter. Of course, God's name. And of course, if you make a bracha over something, then for sure you don't need to. But by Shema, there's no bracha over Shema, which is why perhaps by Shema, and the bracha of Shemini Esrei is the bracha, so there we need to kind of upgrade our kavanah a little bit. Shabracha hi hitorut hadibur v'machshava lechaven l'shem mitzvah. V'mikol makam kvar nehegu rabim v'chein shlomim lomar l'shem yichud kodem kol mitzvah shosim kedei lo orera kavanah b'yasat mitzvah l'shem mitzvah. Right? It's a person of l'shem yichud to enhance one's kavanah. Uberprat shem mitzvah yeshiva pasukah. And tzitzis and tefillin. For those things, maybe because they're more mundane, specifically they're mataken to say l'shem yichud over them. And finally, last but not least, this is a fascinating idea. Yish omrim shebemitzvot sheben adam l'chavero, like tzedakah, chesed, kibud avayim. I don't know if people do this. Their father asks, "Can you drink water?" L'shem mitzvah kibud avayim. You bring your people do that. I don't know. It's very very stark.
It makes him uncomfortable. He doesn't ask me for things.
That's a good shtick, right? Ein tzarich l'chaven l'shem mitzvah. Why? The sof ma'aseh tzedakah v'chesed v'kavod nasim mitkaimim. Because the act that you're doing is there's a sense of they get the glass of water, they get the money. That's the act itself is the mitzvah, and therefore people don't do it that way. Interesting idea. I know there are people, however, that when you pay for a worker, right, you biyomoti ten scharo. So you hire a guy to dry cleaner, shovel your driveway, and you pay them. You shove or babysitter, you shove kavanah for the mitzvah biyomoti ten scharo. Yeah, the Shem Yichud, right? Over that as well. Okay, but that's not necessarily, even though it is mitzvah ben adam chavero, I have heard people who actually do that. Anyways, definitely what the whole purpose of all this essentially comes down to is that we should be mindful of what we do and intent of what we do, and not just do things for mundane robotic reasons, but because it's the commandment of Hashem Yitbarach, and that's why we perform these mitzvot. And with doing that, kavanah means to align ourselves. We align ourselves with the intent and the will of the Ribono Shel Olam. Have a wonderful day, everyone.